Okay. My name is Goblin. You can call me right now.
Okay. Recording from you live on Star 95. It's your boy Gamma. Back here again with another podcast. First, I want to introduce my guest for today. We'll start with Claudia. Say your name, your major, and your year.
Wait, am I actually? Oh, okay. My name is Claudia. I'm political science and international affairs major, and I'm a freshman.
My name is Caleb Kelly. I'm a first year sports management major.
My name is Yana and I'm a communication major.
My name is Damius. I am a sophomore-ish, and I am an accounting major, but I am
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, my name is Josh. I'm a first year of criminal justice and communications minor.
My name is Caleb Comer. I'm a first year exercise and sports science major.
And that's all our guests for this podcast. So, to begin this podcast, we will start off with an easy question. So the first question is, how will you define discrimination? Who wants to start?
I think discrimination is the unfair treatment of a group of people, certain group of people, and it comes from a group that has superiority, or I would say the power, to block these other groups of opportunities that they rightfully deserve to have. So that's what I would define discrimination as. Off the top of my head, it could be based on multiple things such as race, gender, or
Sex.
age, stuff like that.
Socioeconomic status, everything.
I agree. In my opinion, discrimination is basically superior and inferior, and basically the superior oppressed the inferior. My next question is, what are some examples of injustice or discrimination that you personally went through or see in the media?
I think one recent example of discrimination we see in the media was the African American man who was arrested at Starbucks. Well, two African American men who went in there for a business transaction, and they were arrested just based on their profile. So they were discriminated against based off a stereotype of just being an African American male. So that's one example that we've seen, I would say, in today's recent society, literally in the past couple of weeks.
Okay, yeah, when that happened to me was I went to the store and I was trying to buy some clothes. And so it was like a white area and stuff. So they told me to try on the clothes outside of the fitting room instead of inside of it.
Ooh, that's crazy. Not gonna lie, you would have to fight her.
That sounds like sexual harassment.
Yeah,
That's
not
all.
gonna
I'm
lie.
not listening to.
That sounds like. Let me not say that. Anyway,
Okay, I have one. When LeBron James.
wow.
When LeBron James, when he spoke up with KD about political issues, this one news reporter was like, "You need to shut up and dribble."
Oh,
I thought that was pretty racist and.
okay. Since nobody said nothing personal.
She literally did.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
He said in the media too. Like,
That's crazy. Anyway, since we got two off the media and one personal, I'm just gonna say something personal that happened to me. Well, actually, it really didn't happen to me, but I remember I went downtown one day, just chilling, just checking the place out.
Correct.
Since I'm 21, I went into one of the bars, of course. Can y'all let me finish? Yes. Anyway, I went to one of the bars, of course, showing my ID. Since I'm black, they didn't let me in. But however, my peer decided to try to get in the bar as well. And the excuse they gave him was, you had high top shoes. and they did not allow him to get into the bar because he had high top shoes, while the dude behind him had the same shoes. So it happens every day.
I have another personal story
Ooh,
I'd like to share.
okay.
Me, I was freshman ambassador for, the Black Male Leadership Society.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. So, I served guys that came in on Georgia's campus, and it was just me and the guys, and we were going down to the hotel. So we went down an elevator. So this Caucasian female,
Mm-hmm.
she walked into the elevator, and then she rushed in there. All of us, one by one, and walked in the elevator. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 guys. Comes in, and then before the elevator door closed, she was acting like she left something or was talking.
People will walk really slow to the elevator,
So they don't have to get on
Yeah.
It was funny though.
Oh, yeah. I did not know it was that troublesome.
At the University of Georgia.
Wow.
Exactly, the University of Georgia.
The prestigious
The flagship institution.
The red and black.
What's the next question?
The next question.
Things in media that we discuss now, we know that a lot of people, that are responsible for, mass murders and things in our society like that, they are typically Caucasian men, sensitized with the rest of America. They try to depict him as like a victim.
Yeah.
When it comes to like an African American man, and they put him on there, he's a thug or he's a criminal, and it's even with the pictures they choose. They'll choose like a graduation headshot of the white man, but when it comes to the African American man, they'll take a mugshot and put it on there, or a picture of him growing up, just like a sign like this or something that doesn't even mean anything, something that makes him look inferior compared to that other person.
Yeah, even with magazine covers of celebrities, I always see LeBron in his uniform looking real menacing with the basketball in his hand, but I always see
The question was how are white and black people portrayed in the media?
And does it affect you?
Does it affect me? Well, one thing for sure that's changed over the years is what a lot of rich white women do plastic surgery to make their bodies look that way, and nowadays every white girl, famous white girl, Kim Kardashian or that whole family, they like to
even in the lips.
But that's
But not only white people have blonde hair.
The white people never see their fault. They just do it and they think everything's correct. But we
Say anything after that. Next question. Where do you feel the most aware of your race?
Here, maybe even a football game where we'll all be together, and it's the way that we act typically is different than they may act. And what y'all here at the University of Georgia, I could be walking through the building and a group of white boys was looking at me like something natural, like having a do-rag on my head for my hair, and I can be walking through the building and they'll all look at me crazy, what is he doing? What does he have on his head? It's I have to remember that I'm around people who are not African Americans, and they don't use that. Or the music we listen to, or the way that we dance, or just interact with each other is different than how they may. So, especially here, at PWI, when we're surrounded by.
Yeah, I have the same thing. I'm Mexican, so I predominantly speak Spanish as my first language. So when I call back home and walking down to get to class, right, I get a call and I talk in Spanish. They look at me like they haven't heard anything but the English language, even though they're taking Spanish 1, which is insane. You're taking the class, but you still don't respect somebody that is actually lives the culture, and then like he said, the way the music you listen to, because I like to listen to my Spanish music as much as they listen to the country music and shit. But they don't see their fault in what they do. They only see their fault in.
Yeah. Who's that in class though?
able.
Huh?
Oh yeah, in class, like you can. Well, with me in class, like, I know African Americans are like about 7% or something. But for Hispanics, we're 3 to 4%. So I guess for African Americans, there is more of them together in the classrooms that like. But for me, when I walk in the classroom, it's just me.
Yeah.
I can't like I have nobody to like relate to.
Yeah.
So it feels sort of awkward just being in a classroom full of like Caucasian people. I mean, same thing in high school when I was taking advanced placement. Only Hispanic there, only Hispanic here.
I mean, when I'm in class, I can't say that I'm the only one. Sometimes I am, but a lot of times I have like maybe 1 or 2 other people in there with me. But I mean, but most classes are like mostly white, and that does.
So that we have more.
We can study
Yeah,
together.
so that we're in there with each other. So that sometimes is the reason why I'm not in class, because otherwise if I randomly choose a class, I might not.
I came from a black high school, so yeah, Lovejoy, you know, Clay Cup,
Gang gang.
of course. Oh, hate it.
They hate it.
They hate it for real. Like mostly everybody around me, the same race as me, like common black people. But when I got here, like I rarely see. I was the only black dude, so that was pretty tough to actually get like acclimated with. But in
No.
Next.
Okay, I would say when you define racism, it's
The oppression.
caused by someone who's the oppressor, someone who has the power in society, and African American people do not have the power in society. So I would say that black people as well as other minorities can definitely be prejudiced, and we can that societal power. So I used to be on. I see.
Say your name, your class.
Hey, do any of y'all want this seat?
Have your seat.
Y'all can have my seat.
Say your name, class, and your major.
Yeah.
Radio.
sorry, the guest is
Are
very
you on the
confused.
video?
Wow.
Anyway, say your name, class.
My name is Tariq Malik, and I'm a chemistry major.
What's up with you, man? Snake Frank. I don't know what it is. We got EJ with it. It's popping.
That is not.
Oh.
That is not actually do it at all.
Anyway, the question was, can black people be racist?
Yes.
Go ahead, explain. No,
No, explain.
No, explain.
Like, okay, I'm sorry, spoilers for everybody. In Insecure, the principal was black, and it was in Los Angeles, but there were a lot of Latino students in the area. And the girl, the main character, her job is to like go to school and like do outreach programs for like minorities. And the principal only cared about like helping the black kids in the school, even though the majority were like minority. So that's like a way of, still being racist.
So you saying that black people could be racist, but not racist towards white people?
And in certain,
Watching that shit.
there's like certain circumstances, but it usually doesn't come up. So yes, they can be, but those circumstances don't come up enough.
Yeah, I feel what he's saying. Like when we thinking about it, but like what he said kind of makes sense. And I see what
Uncle Ruckus racist?
No, because he didn't approach anybody.
Can I say the C black word?
What?
C, never mind.
Color?
No. It ends with an N.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh no. Let's move on.
Anyways, yeah, I feel it. Like I don't think black people can be racist on a more like national, international scale, but in regards to a more local level, it is possible.
Did have the power in that situation, and I would say that could become as racist. I understand what you're saying, but like how I defined it earlier, I said that would apply more on a global scale because like in society we don't have that power.
Yeah, that's another thing because like in the dictionary now, like the definition doesn't even say like the power to oppress. Like it just says like you discriminate and like I think it's just like hate towards like someone of a different race. I think it does still do it to like the thought of superiority, but it's like in that realm.
I like the answers. Alright, so stuff that happens, like, do the government allow it to happen? Do, like, the police officer attack or
That's the-
whatnot?
That's the only aspect you care about.
Anything else?
Besides that aspect,
This man is
Well-
tripping.
Well, I guess like officials, they do allow like downtown. There was a bunch of Caucasian dudes with guns around protesting, but if they see like a black uprising and like they're trying to protest, there's cops in there instantly. Man, the white people just got the upper hand. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's pretty true. They'll let like white people protest whatever they want, and like no one will like get hurt or harmed or like injured. But black people try like protest about like anything, yeah, someone ends up getting hurt.
Yeah, I have not heard about that, but like stuff like Ferguson or like any stuff like that, like I hear it and it's always portrayed negatively. So
one thing I'm gonna say about
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, but
we still.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it was bad. No, it was bad.
Like, all the protesting isn't done in the right way.
Yeah.
This is a matter of you do only hear one side versus the other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like another thing, even like besides that, like even like with gun laws, usually what people are saying when it comes to the situation with gun control is like let's just like have some control on it. We're not even just trying to like say no one can like carry a firearm. Unfortunately, it is in the Constitution. To be that like have that taken out, something like drastic would have to happen, or literally be in the like uprising. But like even like I guess besides that point, like I guess white people like they protest as if like we're saying like we're trying to take away like all your guns, like you can't have a gun at all. And when black people protest for brutality, it's like something that actually happens and is actually pretty frequent. So.
This raises another question then. Do y'all think the media show black protests more than white protests?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? You think no? It's why.
Think of like every like I'm pretty sure I see I see a lot of like gun control like protests, and they actually do like cover them.
I feel like it's the way they're covered.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just that I think they're covered both as much. It's just one's covered in a certain light.
So you think one is covered in a negative connotation
Yes.
and one is a positive?
Yes.
Yeah.
So which one is covered in negative connotation?
Come on. Now.
Come on.
Just
Come on,
just
man.
for the people.
If I had to guess.
Black Lives Matters, Black brutality protests are all viewed in negative lights. And gun control protests, even when people, even like
School shit.
even like when they when the alt-right does protests, like I'm not even gonna say they put them in a positive light. They just don't even put them in a negative light. That's the funny thing.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. So, next question. Before I tell you this question, I'm just gonna get war on drugs.
Yeah.
Y'all know about that.
Yes.
From President Nixon.
Crack cocaine.
Okay, so since y'all all have
Yeah. I was gonna say that with the inclusion of Bill
Clinton, yeah. But with that, I was gonna ask y'all, is mass incarceration a modern day slavery?
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Because there's people incarcerated that are
You know,
that haven't done that were accused for the wrong crimes and they have proof, but they're still incarcerated.
They provide a
And
manual labor for less than what the government says should be the minimum amount of payment for manual labor. So prisoners are being taken advantage of to do things that other people will not do for a pay that they're not receiving.
Like a loophole through like slavery. I guess like the slave crop. Oh, I said slave crop. Sharecropping is right here, and then, like slavery's right here.
How y'all feel? Anybody else?
They really got to the real issue. It's really
Yeah, I feel like mass incarceration. Honestly, the laws that were made were kind of aimed towards not only drug dealers, but also black people. Like at this time, like crack, like cocaine, like black people were doing these type of stuff actually at this time. And the government knew that. So they used it as a means to like get people arrested. And unfortunately, Bill Clinton thought that these stuff was going to like decrease the incarceration rate, but unfortunately it didn't, and it just increased throughout the days. And he did apologize about it, but however, it's too late now.
Years later, he
Yeah.
apologized.
So like,
Almost 30, 20 years.
and think about it now, like the way it is, like the stuff these people getting paid, like females are getting paid like 20 cents to like do certain stuff, and like, you know, females need certain stuff for their hygiene, like tampons and stuff like that, and they getting paid like 20 cents. Like you can't buy that type of stuff with that little amount of money. So I feel like, yeah, it's a good argument to say that mass incarceration is or can be seen as a modern day slavery. Well, that's all for today, you guys. I'm happy for those who stayed. Some special guests had to leave for business trips. But anyway,
We're honored to have been here today to participate on your podcast. To the studio audience, if you would love to keep in track of us and our endeavors, my social media handle, my Instagram is Caleb_Comer, KALEB_CAMER, and my Twitter is Caleb, YAHOMIEKALE.
My Twitter is Dame, 2 times DAME, the number 2, and an X. My Instagram is _Dame 2 times _. My Snapchat is Dame_Dame04.
And you're watching Disney Channel.
Wait, hold on. I want to say my shit too. Wait, you want to see? My Instagram is YoungDrip_. My Twitter, Turi21, TERIQUE21. My Snapchat is my name, Tariq, TERIQUE. Peace.
What's up with y'all, bro? Creative Apocalypse Now, Future. You already know we blowing up. Got young Edwin on the camera. You already know.
hey you guys, thank you for staying with us. Why? I'm happy. Why? I'm happy that y'all joined us and have a good night. I want to thank my photographer, the person that recorded Edwin, and see y'all later. Goodbye.